Button. Good evening, everyone. The City of Peabody Zoning Board of Appeals meets tonight in accordance with Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 40A, and other applicable laws. Tonight's hearing will be conducted in the following manner. The Secretary will read the legal notice or state that such notice has been waived. All applications will not be heard in the order that they were received. Number 4 is going to be first, and then the agenda will follow. The petitioner or petitioner's representative will present the subject application to the board. The chair may limit the length of all remarks. All parties in interest will be given an opportunity to speak either in favor or in opposition to a pending application, and the board may receive similar written communications to be placed on the public record. The petitioner will be given the opportunity to refute any such remarks. What does that mean? That means that when it's your turn to come up, you will come to the podium, state your name and address for the record, and yes, we have everything in front of us, but we would like to hear from you why you're here, what you want, and your reasons behind it. And then we will ask you questions, maybe, if we have some. And if there is anybody in the audience to speak in favor or against, it doesn't look like we have a very large crowd this evening, but those neighbors or whomever would have a chance to come up and speak in favor or in opposition. If they're speaking in opposition and you have something else to say, you can come up to the podium and you can address their concerns. I say this every night. No, it's a good thing I don't say it every night. Every month, if you have to come back, if you know anybody that's coming before us or anybody that's listening, when you are going for a variance for a deck, an addition, whatever, it would behoove you to go to your neighbors, especially your direct neighbors, and tell them what you're doing and show them a picture or whatever you have your plans, because if you just show up tonight and your neighbors just got a letter in the mail from the city that their neighbor is putting on an addition, 8 out of 10 times they're not very happy about it. Now, I know some people don't talk to their neighbors, but I'm just telling you, it works better if your neighbors know what you're doing before you show up here for a variance. The other thing is, and I say this every month also, and it's really 100% true, this is a very fair board. Very, 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 very fair. So we can't approve everything, and if we're denying something, it's because you asked for the sun, the moon, and the stars. You asked for way too much of a variance. We'll work with you, maybe ask you to continue till the following month and maybe try to lessen what you're asking for. But anybody that's listening or anybody that's sitting here, if you need a certain amount of dimensional relief and you just want to go wild and build whatever you want, you have to realize there are zoning rules and regulations, and that's what we're here for, to abide by them. And you're here to ask for a little bit of relief. The other thing is, when you do come up and speak and explain things, we're really not concerned with things like your neighbors play loud music, the dog barks all night, the leaves fall in your pool, they planted a tree and now you don't have sunlight to drink your coffee by. Okay, we're here for dimensional relief. We need to know the reasons why. Also, after you speak and you sit down, if you want to say something else, don't shout it from your seat. We'll give you plenty of time to come up and speak again. And I think I've covered it. Cell phones, look, we all have families. Something might happen. Only time I answer it if it's my children. Same thing goes for you. Maybe you could just put it on vibrate so it doesn't ring loudly. Okay, there we go. So after all of that, we take a vote. You're either approved, obviously, or denied. And then the decision is typed and filed with the city clerk. Once the decision is filed with the city clerk, you have a 20-day appeal period. So you can't do anything for 20 days if you're approved. And you can always talk to Grace the next day, tomorrow, whatever. In compliance with the open meeting law, this hearing is also being recorded stenographically by our clerk. Please speak directly into the microphone. Press the little man or woman or person, whatever this is, that looks like it's speaking. Speak clearly. Only speak when you're at the podium. I would like to wish everybody Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy and Healthy New Year, and let's go. We are now going to have number 4 as our first one.
Number 4 on tonight's agenda is the application of Daniel and Kristen Kalnin, 20 Lynch Street, Peabody, Massachusetts. Petitioners seek relief for proposed addition with relief to left side yard of 9.9 feet instead of 20 feet required for a premise located at 20 Lynch Street, lot 027. It is in an R1B zoning district.
All right, I'm Dan Kalnin from 20 Lynch Street. I would ask that we continue till February, to the February meeting.
Move to continue.
Yeah, so I second that. Just for clarification. The microphone. The plans that were submitted, that we received in our packet, depict this addition, this file, as a 43 by 23, which is too large for our regs. So as you go through the process now, make sure you go to the building department and they have all your documents that you have, and they'll furnish them to us. So we're not looking at the project. You know, it shows right now 43 by 23. Much too large for a Fowler. So if part of that's a Fowler and part of it's an addition, just make sure your plans are very clear, okay?
Okay, so
I'll assert my motion. Motion to continue.
Chris, I think you seconded that?
Yes, I did.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we'll see you February 24th.
Thank you.
Now on to number 1, Raymond Armstrong.
Number 1 on tonight's agenda is the application of Raymond Armstrong, 12 Charles Street, Peabody, Massachusetts, seeks relief to construct proposed open deck with relief to right side yard of 7.3 feet rather than 15 feet for the premise located at 12 Charles Street. It is located in an R1 zoning district.
Hi, I'm Ray Armstrong. I live at 12 Charles Street, and I was looking to put a deck on the back of the house. And on the right-hand side, it will extend. The setback is 15 feet. The house is only 11. The house was built at 11, so the setback is 15 feet, and I was looking for relief for 7.3 feet. And the reason for that is just so that when you come off the steps from the house, you can step onto the deck as opposed to going out into the backyard, off the deck, and then back up onto the deck.
Questions by the board? Anybody in the audience to speak in favor? Anybody to speak in opposition? Hearing none, the matter is before the board.
Motion to close public hearing.
Second.
And motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Yes.
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 Yes, you've been approved.
Also, thank you.
Grace, you know what?
Okay.
Grace, just make sure that you put your button on too when you do roll call. Number 2, Laurie and Michael DeSimone.
Number 2 on tonight's agenda is the application of Lori and Michael DeSimone, 26 Cleveland Road, Peabody, Massachusetts, seeks relief to construct a 26 by 26 foot garage accessory structure and requires relief to propose location of the garage and front yard where the side and rear yards are required and lot coverage proposed is 796 square feet instead of 500 square feet required. For the premise located at 26 Cleveland Road, it is an R1 zoning district.
Hi, I'm Laurie DeSimone, 26 Cleveland Road. My husband, Michael.
Michael DeSimone, 26 Cleveland Road.
And, okay. Our hardship is that we have a corner lot, so we have two fronts instead of a front, back, and two sides. And if we were to set it back further, it would interfere with our gas line. It would come within 3 feet of the gas line. And in addition to that, the other thing that would cause an issue is if we set it back, we'd have to have a long driveway, and it would take up more of our green space. Where it says 796 feet, I guess that's because they're counting my shed that's in the backyard. So what we're looking for is 676 square foot garage. And I've talked to my neighbors. I watched the meetings for the last 6 months. And I know everything you say, and I'm like, makes sense. So I talked to the majority of my neighbors that are around me.
Yes,
And-
we see in the packet that you do have a lot of neighbor approvals.
Yeah.
Which is
and
great, thank you.
A lot of them thought, like, why people don't even realize, I think, that you have to go through this process. They just think your lot's your lot, you do what you want, but, you learn. I've learned a lot from this.
And that's exactly right. And we do understand, and I was there once years ago. You own the property, you think you can do
Right.
whatever you want, but you have to abide by the zoning rules.
Right. I mean, we've been there 32 years. It's a big lot. I know you guys do drive-bys, so I don't know if anyone did. We have a big side yard.
I thought we could put a house there.
No, we're not doing,
It's so big.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so any questions by the board? I'm sure that we all went to take a look or drive by this. Anybody in the audience to speak in favor? In opposition? Did you have something to say?
Nope, just going to motion.
Okay, hearing none, the matter's before the board.
Motion to close public hearing.
Second.
Motion to approve.
Roll call vote.
Thing on now, okay. Mr. Slattery?
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
Ms. Galucci?
Yes, you've been approved. Thank you. Yeah, same to you. Number 3, Michael Christopher.
Number 3 on tonight's agenda is the application of Michael Christopher, 377 Shrewsbury Street in Worcester, Massachusetts. Petitioner is seeking relief for a proposed deck with relief to side yard of 11.3 feet instead of 20 feet required for the premise located at 1 Priscilla Lane. It is an R1B zoning district.
Hello, hi, my name is Zach. I live at 8 Eureka Street, Worcester, Mass. I represent Remodel.
Excuse me, what's your name?
Zachary Credulous. I work for Remodel or Renew, the company that is doing the project on 1 Priscilla Lane. So, what we are proposing today is we're trying to extend an existing deck. So what we'd be doing is removing a deck and putting a new deck there. Right now, the deck that comes out 9 feet, and it has a 45-degree cut, because if you look at the plot plan, you see how it has that walkway. So right now, that deck is actually cut at an angle to continue that walkway. The customer would like to get rid of the walkway and be able to square off the deck. With the deck already being out of zoning relief already, we're a pre-existing non-conforming deck, we're asking pretty much to be able to square this deck off so that way they can get full function of the deck.
Are the owners here? Any of the owners?
The owners are not here.
Not here?
No.
Okay. I just live 3 houses down, so I just wanted to say.
That's what you wanted to ask? Anybody in the audience to speak in favor? In opposition? Matters before the board.
Motion to close public hearing.
Second.
Motion to approve.
Roll call vote.
Mr. Slattery?
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
Ms. Galucci?
Yes, you've been approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Same
You
to
too.
you. Number 5, Gina Fonte.
Number 5 of Gina A. Pinto Fonte, 28 Chestnut Street, Peabody, Massachusetts. Petitioner seeks relief for proposed addition with left side yard of 2 feet instead of 10 feet required. Relief from lot coverage of 38% to 35%, and relief to rear setback of 10 feet instead of 35 feet required for the premise located at 28 Chestnut Street. It is in an R2 zoning district.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you. The home is quite old and currently would probably not be able to be constructed because the sidage, instead of 10 feet, is 2 feet. In the rear is the train tracks. In the front, it's Chestnut Street. To the right is our neighbor, Tony Campos, who was not able to be here today, but is aware of our request. We appeared on his behalf when he was seeking to, for a variance in connection with his property. He was seeking to build another property. So the reason why we're here is that if the variance is not granted, then really nothing is going to be able to do is build a 10 by 10 addition for a bathroom so that it can be handicapped accessible or wider from the inside of the house with a washer dryer hookup for my mom who's elderly and is not going to be able to go up and down flights of stairs. So it's in my opinion, it's the most minimal, frontage and square footage. It's not impacting anybody because the home is already 2 feet the entire length of it. We're also in the process of going through the Conservation Commission, but I believe that they filed a statement saying that they would have no reason to believe that this isn't going to proceed or be approved or any objection relative to the Conservation Commission. I don't think it's going to involve substantial hardship only to the homeowner because it's not going to cause detriment to the public good and not nullify the intent or purpose of the ordinance. These historic homes, in my opinion, should not be penalized because as they stand, they don't meet the setbacks and really can't. So, I mean, it's a small addition that we're seeking to build.
Through the chair. So there's no abutter in the back, and then all this is an extension of the already non-conforming right side setback. Okay, thanks.
Other questions, concerns? Anybody in the audience to speak in favor? In opposition? Hearing none, the matter is before the board.
Motion to close public hearing?
Second.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Mr. Slattery?
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert?
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
Ms. Galucci?
Yes, you've been approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Same
Happy
to you. Can I have a motion to accept the November minutes?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. I need a motion to approve the memo from Will Pollitt dated November 26th.
Motion to accept it, not,
Yeah, accepted.
you
Is that
said
what I said?
approve. Yeah.
Oh, accept, yes. Sorry. Both
So moved.
words
Motion
begin
to-
with A.
Motion to accept.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, opposed, no. I do not think there are any other pending matters other than the next meeting will be January 27th, 2025.
Next year.
Next year, Happy New Year, this was great. We are adjourned. Thank you. And it is 7.